Oh, I'm live. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry. I try. I do my best. It's so good to see everyone. Hopefully the connection's there. Hopefully the audio is okay. I didn't even check, but I probably didn't even put on the right. Let me make sure. Oh, no, it is. It is. It's the right one. Well, for one time, it actually worked. Hey, good morning, Earl. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Les. It's great to see you guys. Oh, and Ed Jr. is on there. Got a lot of good crowd here. I just sent an email off, so it's probably just hitting the airwaves right now. What was I going to say? Someone said on the my last one, they commented after and they go this. Give me a watch you chatter for. I said it's a freaking live show. Like this isn't a regular YouTube video. It's a 1 hour live stream. Like there's gonna be some kind of chattering. Holy crap! Watch the regular videos if you want something in 5 minutes. Jesus, you don't get onto a video that says a live stream that's a 1 hour long video and expect to not hear some chatter. At least it's all about marketing. Dan, it's great to see you, Dan. And Bob Laser is here. Nice to see you, Bob. I haven't seen you around forever. Holy crap. We've been email buddies for a long time. Greg Batcher's here. I did get your email, Greg. I just didn't get to it yet, but I did see it. Matrix Swayze's here from Kentucky. I love Kentucky. It's a state I always wanted to go to. I wanted to go to Kentucky. See that beautiful bluegrass. Kentucky. Oh, nice to see. I'm glad that you made it for the live show. We got a great episode today. Jeremy Root is here, one of my favorite fellow marketers. Lloyd Torres in Virginia Falls, beautiful. Upstate New York is always beautiful, even in the winter. Sometimes it's beautiful. Yeah, I am fall. Oh, I love the fall. This is my season. I love it. I love everything about it. And yeah, it's supposed to peak soon. So I got to close my pool. Actually, that's on the radar here. Oh, nice, Char Canty here. Char Daddy's here. We can officially start this. It's great to see you, Char. And I do have Steve is here. You see the I can't remember what I titled it. I sent the email, but it's we're talking about the one thing that can totally change your marketing. There's one thing that literally like one thing can make the biggest difference. And it really doesn't matter what marketing you do. It does not matter because marketing it's not, I love my postcards and I love direct mail, but marketing as a whole, there's many channels, there's many things you can do, social media, there's a word of mouth, there's so much to marketing. And there is one common denominator that will change everything for you. I promise it will change everything. I'm not going to say it right this second because we're still waiting for everyone to get on, and I'll probably timestamp it. So if you're watching this at a future time and you didn't have the pleasure of being live, you can just look at the timestamp and probably jump through it. So yes, today the show is about the one. Today is the answer. This is what it's for. Today is the answer you need. It's probably the grammar. Don't tell the grammar police I wrote that. Don't run it through the grammar check, Spellinger or whatever. What is it, Grammarly? Because that's not the right grammar. I suck at grammar. I'm great at spelling. I never misspell. My spelling is great. I misspell is great. My grammar is terrible, but I know what bad grammar looks like. I can tell something's wrong with it. I just don't always know what it is. And I know the grammar's off, but it's fine. We don't care. We're not the grammars. Like, what's the guy? Grant Cardone says, I'm not. What do you say? I'm not bestseller, not best typo or whatever. Your book has a typo in it or something. He's a New York Times bestseller, not best speller. Oh yeah, up in Baldwinsville. Actually, I got my cross country shirt on. We have a cross country invitational in Baldwinsville coming up, so I'm stoked for that. Cross country, my favorite. But I love cross country so much. It's cross country season, and we're going Baldwinsville for the big invitational out there. I love Baldwinsville. I have a landscaper too. I always do a lot of mailings for out there. Dorn Bretton's here. Tell Lucy happy birthday. I noticed that. It's her birthday. 29 years old. Youngin. Dan from Oklahoma is here. From the railroad yard. Anyone need a railroad bridge or whatever? They got railroad bridges for sale. Someone buy one. Dennis Cosby's here. Sarah's here. It's great to see you. I wasn't sure if you were going to show up or not. Sarah's all alone at home. She all alone because all the kids are in school. Where is he? He's from Kentucky. You think he's lying? Corey with another 9x12. Corey's got another 9x12 out. So congratulations, Corey Pebbles. Put him up there on the feature. Beautiful 9x12 card. 5,000, 10,000. Your grammar. See? Run it through the old chat GPT. No one cares about grammar. Bob is here. Oh, Bob Lowe is here. It's so good to see Bob coming out of hibernation from that California heat. Megan, a designer, she just spent a week in Florida. I have no. She goes, it's so hot. It's humid, unbearably humid. I have no desire. Florida, no desire. What Everglades? I don't. All I think of is these nasty beaches. I could go piss out all these Floridians because of tropical paradise. Tropical paradise. I love Florida. What's up, Walter? We are going to. Don't worry. We're just getting everyone settled in. We are going to go over the answer you need for marketing, but I'm going to take the banner off for now so people don't get confused because we are going to talk about it in just a minute. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. You know something's off. Even the spelling, who cares? You just didn't spell that right. So freaking autocorrect. There is one thing. There's one thing that it's the ace in the hole. It's the ace in the hole when it comes to marketing. And if you're a marketer, if you're selling marketing to business owners, this is your go-to thing. This is what can change it all. This is what can totally revamp someone's market. It's weird because you can give it, and I struggle with this myself. Do I talk about this freely? Do I just because I fight with myself. I'm do I keep this in my master class? It's in the master class. It's a big course. It's $1,000. And it's a critical, it's your ace in the whole thing. But then do you keep it under wraps, or do you just go ham on it and just say, I feel like I should be just making videos all on this and just opening so many people's eyes with it. But then at the same time, I want to, bury it into paid products and consultations. So if I'm doing consultant type thing and I'm helping someone really deeply with their stuff and they're paying a bunch of money, this is the thing. This is the big eye opener. This is the big thing. But I'm going to talk about it here. I figure the lives are good because they don't get a lot of long time exposure. So I'm I might as well just say it here. Rob Smith is here. It's great to see Rob. Got a good email to get your best prank. Yeah, Summit, come on. Bill, I know you go by Bill. On my email, Jake you could do Jake at highresponsemarketing.com. You could do Jake at printingforsupercheap.com. You could even use the OG it's Bob Ross at gmail.com. Remember that one? Yeah, that's what I hear. That's actually what Megan said too. Go. That's why they leave. They leave here and then they go down there. But the summer heat in Florida. Ugh. Oh, the Damon, that is great. I hope you sell the heck out of it. I was gonna say another word, but I didn't want the YouTube to kick me off. Dean says, got that M3 info. Thank you. Good, awesome. Cut the process. Oh, yes, Rob. Take care of you. You're gonna have the best looking M3 there is. Curly from City Slickers. Just the one thing. I never seen that. It's a movie. I never seen it. It's probably good though. My movie game is not that good. It is just one thing. I felt this sounds really hypey, but it really is. Yeah, 9x12. What did I say? Something else, Corey? I'm sorry. 5K. Yeah, good job. Everyone, congratulate Corey on it. Yet another 5K 9x12. This is multiples. I don't know. A couple years he's been at it. He's up in the fanciest parts of California, San Francisco area, Forest City, right? Forest City, PA, or not PA. But there's a little dinky town in Pennsylvania called Forest City. I spent a lot of time in it, and that's how I remember Forest City, California, CA. M3 can be anything. You could do 6. It depends if you're going to send it. You do 6 by 11, 6.5 by 12. Long, big, long rectangular. This could be an M3. It's like this size. If you're sending it to a targeted list, then you're going to want to use 6 by 11. If you're sending an EDDM, you're going to do 6 by 11 or 6.5 by 11 or 6.5 by 12. This shape. And you put 2 ads. You put 2 ads and then yours on there, and you get it for free. You get your ad for free. I got upwards of 50,000 pieces a month for many years. Got me out of a pickle. Free advertising. I was telling Nick, congratulations too. I'm training a new guy. He's been with me for a while, and he's been doing the mailings. He's been fulfilling a lot of mailings, but he's a smart guy, and he's really wanted to start doing sales. So I've got him now taking on smaller sales, working with business owners and stuff. So congratulations to him. And I just was telling him, like the M3, because he watches the videos and stuff too. He's like, this is so brilliant, Jake. He's like, it's so amazing. I said, Nick, you can have all the free advertising you want. You can get a postcard, you run a business. So you can get one other person on there. Your cost is cut in half. You get 2 people, you can have it for free. You can have 50,000, 100,000 mailers for free, totally free. You will not have to pay a dime. Other people will be paying for it, and they'll be happy because they got it for so cheap because everyone's paying for it. You get, for patching everyone up, you get it for free. Imagine there's no other advertising in the world that you can get any quantity you want. This expensive freaking advertising for free. There's nothing. It's a good, should change your life, your business life. I said, are people always going to do it? No. You can tell them how, you can show them, but they just won't do it. There's only a small amount of people that will actually go and do it. You can anything. Can't do that with other advertising. You can't go freaking sell the billboard and get your half on it for free. You can't go and dibs on the blimp up in the thing and you ride along. You can't make someone else pay for your Facebook ads. Like you can't, but you could get someone else to pay for your mailer. It's incredible. But some things defy logic. I say, you're going to go out, talk to these business owners because he's putting together a community card. She's like, how can anyone say no? He's like, can it, you could get $150, $250 and you can get a whole, 20, I'm starting off on a 2,500. I go, Nick, I know, and and we know, but a lot of people, they will defy logic. They're so delusional that they will see this and they will say, this is, no, it doesn't work. I call them nurses. It's funny. It's a derogatory term that I use here. Nurses. I say call them because I'm going to say that here. It's like a derogatory term. I said, there's Nick, you're going to train me to be a doctor. I said, we're going to be like the doctors. Okay. We triage people. We look at the things. We have a deep understanding. You're going to learn a very deep understanding of marketing. And there's going to be a lot of nurses. I said, you're going to deal with a lot of them. They're excellent. Nurses are well needed. They're great. I said, but a lot of people are going to be like nurses where nurses, some nurses, they tend to think they're a doctor. They think they see the knee pain. They're like, yep, he's going to, yep, that's a bacterial infection right there. And they think they know it, but the doctor knows it. That a bunch of nurses. You're going to hear a lot of people saying, direct mail, you don't know what you're talking about. But you just got to let it go. That's a funny one. Hopefully you can hear me. The microphone's kind of far back. Eddie's here. It's great to see Eddie. Hey, Eddie. Great to see you. And thank you for popping in. California. I always wanted to go to California too. I've been to Arkansas. Does that count? I've been to Arkansas. Oh, that's a good question. You need to be, if you're doing a 9x12 and stuff, you need to get on it because this is prime season. You have about a month right now of just prime holiday. So you can squeeze 2, even maybe 3 cards out, but you can get a solid 2 cards out right now because you will have advertisers up the wazoo. You get a liquor store, you get a retail, tons of retail and stuff. You got home services like crazy. especially the big ones, because they have to advertise through the winter. They have like, the big names, window replacement, siding, even roofing depends. They have to keep their operations going, and slower season is actually a prime time for advertising for them. So you have the busy season and slower season, which you make money on both. But you really want to get on it, because you're losing time for the holiday season. It comes up so fast. It's great to see you, John. Cassandra, right? Moye. I know we had emails before, and I'm trying to think of the first name. I think it's Cassandra Moye, because I remember that Moye. We talked on the phone too. 8 by 12. I think you mean 9 by 12. I'm guessing you mean 9 by 12. 5,000 depends where you are, but you get 2 days. 2 days, 3 days from the time you probably have it in your hand. Let's say 4 business days. 4 business days, because you got weekends and stuff in there. Depends on when you order real early in the morning, goes production next day. If you order late in the day, it's not going to be for the day after. So that would be too confusing. Oh, it's great to see you, John, because we haven't gotten to the main topic, which is fine. I just wanted to let everyone settle in. We're going to talk about it in 1 second. Yeah. And I know it's derogatory. I say it in a derogatory fashion, but I love nurses. Like, nurses they are incredibly important, and they are it's very well needed. And I think most doctors understand that, and they will. But there are lots of nurses that they know it. They know it. Oh, I know this. That. There's probably nurses that are sitting in the OR. Nurses, he's going to twist this vein over here. He's going to do, he's going to put the cath in, because they make it seem so simple. But when the when the poop hits the fan, the doctor is the one that know. They know. Okay, So I'm training my Nick. You're learning these things that are going to they're going to become very obvious and glaringly obvious and make a lot of sense. But there's other people will have a different view on these things, and they may fight you, and they may defend. You're going to go and you're going to say, "What are you being stupid? You're not going to spend, $250, $500, whatever it is, and you're not going to get, 10,000 of these, 2,000 of these, whatever it is." Like the math, it's the dumbest thing you could possibly do, not buying this. And they're going to have these excuses, and they're going to think that this is stupid and this doesn't work. They're just nurses. They think they know it all. They have in their mind, and it's a problem. It's a problem that will shine through their entire business. I guarantee you these are businesses that will be failures, because any business that has a grasp on marketing they won't give you a problem. In fact, the only problem they may give you is that you're not mailing a lot out. So if you're mailing like a 2,500, they maybe say, get back to me when you're doing 25,000. Other than that, it's an easy. Anyone with a sense of marketing would be like, yes, absolutely. Spend $200 and I get like a whole neighborhood. Yeah. Or $500, get a whole village or that section of town, whatever you live in. Parish. Some live in the parishes or wards. Yeah. They just don't. Sometimes you can. Cassandra, I got it right. I knew it. Arnell's here. I'm so happy to see Arnell Levy over there in Connecticut. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. Aloha, Mathis. I think we have your samples. I think Jay just left. But she harasses me every day to get these samples. I've not trained anyone down actually what samples to put in. So it's dependent on me. They can make the labels, they can get all the stuff, but they're like, I have to put the samples in, and which is my fault for not. There's Orlando, Florida. We're just talking so highly of Florida. Yeah, I know. It's like I don't want to say the wrong, because nurses, you can't say enough about nurses. They're amazing, and they're critical, absolutely critical part of everything. Just like in any business structure, your support, you couldn't do it without them. I mean, imagine a doc. From my understanding, the doctors can't even put an IV in, right? And the nurses, the doctor can't put an IV in you. He can't do that. He'll be sticking you like a. There's so many things a nurse can do that a doctor can't. But I have another analogy. Sometimes they think they're so. The whole point is I'm going to teach you, or whoever you are, you're going to have a great understanding, a deep understanding of specifically postcard marketing. You're going to have a very strong understanding of it, and you're going to see things that are, and there's going to be things that you will learn that you won't always use, but there will be times that they come up that knowledge suddenly becomes useful. And you will be talking to people that think they know, they think they know marketing. They really think they know marketing, and they will say things that are not true. It's totally wrong, but you have to just deal with it. You just have to, let them think that. Let them think that. Yeah, sure. There's just bad. There's yes, terrible. I have a training manual. Someday I will release this training manual, but yeah, and sometimes guess what? Sometimes you kill doctors kill patients. They freaking kill them. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. You have 10 different. You go to 10 different. You have knee pain, and you go to 10 different doctors. You might get 10 different. You might get 6 different medications. You may get 3 different. One of them may talk about root causes. Most won't. There's a wide spectrum and gamut. Wide. Daytona Beach, Florida. The Gartons are here, and I got your email. I'm gonna look over your artwork. There's a few things I gotta point out. I just didn't have time to before. But yes, great to see you guys. Yes, I gotta harass Jay. Tomorrow they're going out. I can't get them out today. I just can't. Tomorrow they are though. We're doing them tomorrow. Yeah, it's true. I see an NP. And I have 2 good friends that are NPs. I think this is a good NP for sure for like primary care and stuff, especially nurse, because they come from the nurse. And there's even like between DOs and stuff, DOs, I think the more holistic approach I prefer. But something like expertise, like specialty stuff, you like the freaking actually I have a dermatologist too. That's he's an NP, but does dermatology. So higher level of nursing. They're all great. I mean, they're all really great. Probably struck a nerve on those things. Is there a minimum number of postcards to get the bang for your buck? Good question. Good topic. This answer is because it depends on what the business is, and it essentially comes down to how big of a matched audience there's going to be. And EDDM is a broad range. I suggest 2,500. 2,500 because EDM is a broad demographic. So one size fits all type answer, 2,500 pieces. You can get is a good enough test to see if it shows some promise or not. 2,500. 1,000 is often too small. Now, if you were sending something super targeted, laser targeted, 1,000 is equivalent to like 10,000 EDDM. 1,000 targeted for many businesses can be equivalent to like 10,000 EDDM. So those numbers depend. But it's the how big of an actual matched audience. So if you're sending 2,500, if you're, let's say, home services, and you're sending 2,500, let's say you're lawn care, just lawn care, a service that a lot of people kind of use, but only homeowners. Okay, there's not many renters that are going to be hiring lawn care. It's if you're sending EDDM, it's going to everyone. So there's a lot of renters, a lot of people that are just non-target. So you need that higher volume, because 2,500 mailed out may only be, depends on the area. I don't know, 1,500 homeowners. You just need this higher volume to determine if it's shows promise or not. 2,500 is a good. 5,000 is better, but 2,500. There's Ratchet. I don't know what that is. Doesn't sound good. Crypto fish. Medical training manual. There's so many similarities. I know you guys are working marketing. There's so many. You're triaging thing. You got a business with some kind of pain, and sometimes you're just filling the prescription. Sometimes they just need a prescription filled. They're already doing something. You just need to help them do it better or give them. Sometimes you've got to find a root cause. Sometimes it's not worth finding a root cause. I had this discussion when a 700-pound patient comes in. You get a doctor, and you get someone with freaking knee pain in there because they're 700 pounds, and they come in the door, and they're 700 pounds, and their knees killing them. What do you do? Do you tell them? What do you do? Like, what do you do? That you know that the weight is a problem, okay, and they may get, that's an obvious answer, but do you degrade them? Do you say fucking lose 500 pounds and and you won't have that pain? No, it's not. Well, number one, it's not, you're going to lose, you're going to have a repercussion of how you're viewed. But it's not your place always to do. What are you going to spend? You're going to make a food plan. You're going to freaking consult with them for a $20 office visit. Are you going to really dedicate your time and life to someone that you can't save everyone. You can't become everyone's life coach. You just can't input that level of time unless the money, the time, effort dictate that. So sometimes you're forced just to, there's the painkiller, and you don't even know if that's going to work. You don't even know. It's just like direct mail. You don't know. You test it. What works for one person may not work for another person. Graphics and layout work, it depends, like for ads or it can all over. Let's just take a postcard design, for example. On the cheap end, $50. On the very cheap end, you got to think a professional is dedicating their time. It takes time. No matter how good you are, you don't whip up postcard designs in 5 minutes. Like, it takes time. Sometimes people don't understand that. Like, it's like a car. What's the average mechanic? It's $150 an hour or something right now, but people still want to pay $20 an hour for graphic design. I would say $50 on the very low end. Your type of Fiverr pumped out, like, and even that's on the low end. This is for a full postcard design, and 500 or so on the top. So in that range, 200 to 300 would be like your typical, like, regular thing. And you go 300 to 500 would be on the upper professional top level type design. So that's a common thing. That's why I suggest you use templated ads a lot for 9x12s, so that you're not spending a ton of money on 9x12 ads. Just template them. I really got to get to the point of the video, though. Which service would recommend to segment business? What time is it? 1:35. I really got to get on this topic. So let me, yeah, I know there's so much, right? Understand. Okay, one thing. Well, to learn one thing, then only get to one. I'm sorry. It's like I want to. Yeah, people, the questions keep flying. But maybe we'll post stamp it. Okay, I'm gonna do this in 1 second. Regular postage over $1. If you're saying that, I can't. Ask me that after. Let me get through this stuff here of the pork sandwiches. Oh my god. Yeah, kind of. They also are humble enough, I think, too. The similarities are just so. They're also humble enough to know you're not the expert in SEO. I'm not an expert in SEO. I'm not an expert in. There's nothing I'm stupid in. Yeah, you don't want me as the doctor. I go help take that Paxil or something. Definitely. I just sent email too for okay. Yeah, I do. I send you back. I got thing. Okay, I got to get this is correct. I got 1,000 targets for baby. Yeah, yep. Yes, I used to do that too. That's so funny. I used to do that too. I had a whole system. I used to do that too. Yes, awesome. That's awesome. Yes, I used to do that too. I still have the things. I remember. I've come across them every now and then. A little system. Okay, here it is. I think I've only mentioned it in my local marketing masterclass. I've maybe said it a few times here and there, but it really is. This really is. How do I kill this comment? This really is. I'm putting it up here. This really is the one thing that can change your entire marketing, everything, every single thing. Revamp everything. The reason I brought this up today is I'm talking to Nick, the guy I'm training, going from EDM fulfillment to more to sales. I said, Nick, I said very few, if any, almost no local business owners. Bigger businesses know this. Bigger corporate and really solid, the ones that are really making marketing work know this. They can tell you instantly. But your everyday businesses do not have any clue of this. Is what is the most that they can pay to bring a new customer in through the doors. It's that I call it the magic question. It really is. It really is. That is the one thing that can change absolutely everything. Totally. I've shown this to people, just had a discussion with business owners, and overnight their whole marketing, they're up all night changing their whole marketing strategy, and changes everything going forward. How much is, if you could just sell customers, there was a pool of customers, which there are prospective customers. How much can you spend? How much can you spend to just get them? How much can you spend? What's the most you can spend? A lot of business owners think that marketing should be about spending as little as possible. They think, how can I get the most bang for my buck? It's important. How can I spend as little as possible? Whereas the ones that get it, of all sizes, even if you are a broke, you are just starting out, you don't have big funds, you're not corporate. The ones that understand, how can I spend more? How can I spend more? How can I spend more money to get someone into their, I'm okay with spending more. That's where everything changes. That's where everything changes. When you know how much you can spend to bring a person in, and you're willing to spend more, as much as you humanly possibly can spend, everything changes. You are able to do so much. You're able to do so much, and you can fix marketing. You can fix so many problems when you realize, oh crap, I would only spend, most business owners cannot answer that. They don't even know what to say. I guarantee you, most of you watching this cannot tell me how much they would, if I could just sell you customers, how much would you pay? What's the most you'd pay? If we had a pool of customers and you're here and your competitor, you're a direct competitor is here as well, and we have a pool of customers, and I'm just going to bid them off. Are you going to be buying them all? Is your competitor going to be buying them all? Who's going to buy the most of them? And why? Why can you have two identical businesses that sell the same service, sometimes the same products? It could be like, it's an example of a liquor store. You have two competing liquor stores, right? They sell the exact same stuff. They have very little control over that. They're buying them for the exact same. The sales prices are almost identical. How can one, if you have this pool of customers and you're willing to just sell them off to them, how can one of them is going to be able to buy those customers for more money than the other? And that is exactly what happens in a local area. You have competitors. There's only so many prospects, and it's who can spend the most to get them. You can supercharge, turbocharge, incredibly charge when you learn to spend more money per customer. And how do you make that work? You can outspend. When you can outspend your competitors, how Amazon works, right? When you can outspend the heck out of your competition, and they're like, what the heck? Why? I can't compete. How can I sell this thing? How can I do this when they get this other guy advertising the thing, and and they're just, you can't compete, because that business understands to some degree that spending more per customer is a good thing. That's how you get a grasp on your marketing. Key indicator. They have no clue. They've never thought about it. And maybe they think about it and it's in their head. And they're, yeah, I know lifetime value. I know, but they don't know it. They don't know what it actually is. And they don't know what they would be willing to spend. So when they do a direct mail, like campaign, they don't know even what to, they can't figure out the math to see how many, okay, was this good? Was this bad? I got one person to respond. I got 10 people to respond. They can't tell because they don't know. This formula is so dependent on this, and it even factors in your aversion to risk, how aggressive you are. There are businesses that will spend 25% of their sales on marketing alone. There are businesses that will spend 5%. There are businesses that are willing to do whatever it freaking takes to get a customer through the door, because there's so much on the back end. A business that, I'm going to give you a great example in 1 second. There's so much. If you really think and you strategize and you say, how can I advertise? How can I give away the house? how can I, this is how I get people excited on direct mailers and like to really, really get them, because I'll open their eyes and like, oh crap. Like, what can we give away? What can we give away? I understand. I need to get new customers. What can we do to get new customers? Because you start building systems. You're like, okay, maybe I can give away, maybe I could give away this freaking small pizza. I can give away a small pizza for one day, because I know if we have a bunch of desserts in there, if we have a thing, you start figuring out, okay, I can get people in, and I know they're going to buy this. I know they're going to buy this. I can train my cashiers to ask them to upsell to this. And you really start thinking, you get a system to where everyone's coming in and you know that this new face is going to have this great experience, and they're going to buy, they're going to have such a great experience that they keep coming. So you're factoring, you know that you're going to have this person for life or for a long time, or you know that they're going to come in and they're going to buy X amount that you can upsell them when they get there. I have a great client that just contacted me the other day, and I haven't done a mailer in a while. It's the only thing that works for me. He gives away free auto inspections, right? It's like New York State inspections, like $27 or something. He pays for it. He actually pays for it. So he actually loses money on it. Why does he do that? Why does he give away a free, get your car inspected for totally free? Why does he lose money? Because he knows that you're going to need the brakes. You're going to need the freaking oil change. They're going to find something wrong. I don't know. They have the systems. So it's extremely irritating and aggravating to a competitor when they see their competitor advertising these crazy things and keep doing it. This can go on for years and decades, and you can squash other people, and they're like, I cannot compete with this. How can I even go into this industry when I'm up against this person giving away these kind of deals? 100%. If you can outspend your customers, 100%. 100%. Yes, they need to know. They need to have some kind of idea, because you can't really, you'll end up with too small of a number. You can still make it work. You can still say, and not every business has lifetime value. Take a remodeling industry. There's not always a lot of lifetime value there. Say you're in, like I was in window replacement and stuff. There's some, but really you're looking at like the initial ticket price, and how much are you willing to spend to get that person in? Because you have your sales system set. You know that you have X percentage chance of closing. So you're able to spend more up front to get these people to get even one sale. But yeah, I mean, you have to, the more you understand it, the more that figure becomes, the higher that figure comes. Someone who doesn't totally understand or know the actual numbers, then they can't really arrive at it comfortably at the figure that it takes, the real figure. They may be at like, okay, I can spend $30. I know I can spend $30 to have a new person in, but they may actually be able to spend, if they were able to analyze their lifetime value, they may find that they were able to spend $60, which could mean all the difference could be totally different, total difference. 100%. Lifetime value, the chiropractor, average sale times repeat transactions, time average retention in a month. And you have like expenses, how much your profit margin and how risk averse you are. Some companies are very, very aggressive, and you're very aggressive, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get someone through that door. You just have a higher tolerance for spending money, all those things. If you're super aversive to risk or whatever, and you are nervous about spending money and testing and freaking going all in at it, you are not going to, you potentially not have as much results as someone who knows what they can spend and is freaking all about spending it. It's a very hard thing to compete against when you have someone like that. In the back. Yeah. The car industry is exactly that. They don't make, well, now I think they make money on the new cars, but for the longest time, the model is not, you don't make money. You make money on the financing, and they pull some crazy stuff, masters at it, and making the money back in the financing, all these little add-ons and guarantees and freaking interest rate tweaks and all these, the cup holders and all that stuff. They are masters at that. Whereas a very small auto dealership, your run-of-the-mill dealer does not have they know that exists, but they don't really know it. So they're never able to really they're never able to really grow because they don't understand those concepts as much. There's many other things, but that's it's a thing that stunts businesses. They don't know how much they can afford to bring a customer through the door. There are so many businesses that could not tell you. I could sell them customers, they wouldn't have a clue. They'd say $5, I don't know, $2. And meanwhile, a competitor that does the exact same thing would be very willing to spend $50 and can do it all day. And that's why that other business is successful. You cannot, I go on a limb and say you can't really be successful in markets to see true marketing success. You build an ATM machine if you don't know that number. If you don't know what how many responses you need to get from a mailer, how many, if you don't know if it was a good return or not, then you need to work on that because you can never really scale it up. What is that? Return on something? I can't remember what that means. Fancy terms. Because not everyone is willing to do that, especially at the local level. I mean, look at Amazon is like the freaking crushes. I mean, there's still lots of people that survive, but you don't see it. You just don't see it. You know, that's the beauty of local marketing is that it's such a small area. No matter where you are, it's condensed to a smaller area. Maybe you have like a marginally big, there's some big player and there's probably one or two underneath it that all kind of get it. And they're running different things like a liquor store. A good example. You have two competing liquor store. You have location. You have one store advertises a thing on one thing, and then the other advertises another thing, and they're just kind of contrasting each other. You got McDonald's and freaking Burger King. You know, there's room for a few because there's only a few that get it. All the rest don't get it. All the rest just don't get it. They don't have the tolerance for risk. They don't have the cash. They don't have the knowledge. The furthest thing from their mind is figuring out what they can pay for a client. Like it's furthest thing from their mind. And if you can spend the most money possible getting a new customer in and the least amount of money getting them come back, that's really where that's really the solution. That's all good marketing can be summed up in that is spending the most up to get a new people in and spending the least getting them to come back. And digital plays a huge part in that. SMS and even postcards, you know, continue with just sending postcards to your customer list, sending message emails, like that stuff costs so little, but it keeps them coming back. So you're spending very little amounts to keep them come back and very lots amounts getting new people in, where most businesses just spend the same amount of money trying to do everything, and they're never able to put out those killer deals. You can do direct, let's say a direct mail, or you can only mail to non-customers. Okay. So you strip out your existing customer list and you run a crazy promotion that's just with a super strong offer that's just to new customers. So that way existing customers aren't seeing these crazy deals. They're not seeing the free, they don't even see it. Only the new customers do. Much more efficient. Return on ad spend. Fancy college marketers. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're 100% right, man. It's not. You're making money. Like the whole thing is making money. You make money by giving stuff away. Like you can outspend your competitors. This is a great example. It's a community card of mine. He's young. His name's Jeff, and he's his dad's a business owner. So he's got a mobile auto and marine detailing, right? Wash and hand wax, $59.99. Full auto detail, $129. How can he do a full auto detail for $129 plus tax? You know, these things cost $300. Like you can't do a full auto detail, run a business, pay your bills for $129. Can't do it. The math doesn't work. How does he do it? And he's still in business. And this is from December, I think. And he's been, this is probably 2 years. I think right around the pandemic is when he started. So he's going 3 years now. How's he do it? Much to the chagrin of all the other detailers. How many see your detailing? You're like, this effing guy, he's not, I charge $300. This is what it is. $500, take it or leave it prices. I just put everything in there. And this guy's out there charging $129, undercutting me and all this stuff. This guy's got more business than is coming out of his freaking ears. How's he doing it? 120. Is it the volume? Is he doing more work? He's not doing more work. He's doing work. He's doing it because they upsell. He knows once you're there, it's not going to be $129. People are going to want the freaking tires. They're going to want the engine bay cleaned. They're going to want the steam car. There's all this stuff that they're going to want once you're there. But the 129 got you in. He's smart. Okay, business owners there's no real school of marketing. Okay, you can be a great business owner. You can be an outstanding auto detailer. You can be the best. Doesn't mean you're great at business. Doesn't mean you're a pro at marketing. Okay, Doty Chiropractic is a chiropractor. He knows about marketing. He's about marketing. And I did get the coloring book. I got to get back to you on there. Just because you're great at whatever trade you're doing doesn't mean you can run a business. And maybe you're good at running a business, but it doesn't mean you're good at marketing. Like some things that are very evident to us are complete foreign territory to others. Yes. Yeah. Upsells. Yeah. And repeat it. But yeah. The one thing, Troy, as I'm just going to repeat it, we've been talking about it for a while, is knowing what the most you can spend to get a new customer is. Whether you're a marketer helping other businesses or you're a business owner yourself, this number is hardly ever known by any small business owner. They can never tell you this. If you talk to 50 small business owners, I would be surprised if you saw one or two of them could tell you right off the bat, I'll buy all you can give me for $50. And if you can give me an unlimited supply, I will find a way to pay even more. Most businesses can never ask you. So therefore, their marketing is really a crapshoot. If you don't know that number, your marketing is a crapshoot. You don't even know what you're not unlocking your full potential. You're just playing, you're throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. You're making weird decisions. You're not making any kind of real, and you don't understand things. And you're never able to really flourish until you know that number and you can work everything you can to increase that number so you can spend more money on advertising, more and more and more. You can get more customers, more exposure, and all that just exponentially. You got more exposure, more of it just amplifies itself, and you can keep the competitors so squashed down. Like, well, how is this guy doing it? How is this girl doing it? I hate them. I can't compete with them. Yeah, freaking sales. I hate them things. No one likes it. No one likes it. You know, as a master too is Apple. Apple's freaking so good at that too. It's not just make money online type of people. It's you buy the Apple product and it's 256 gigabyte, and then you really want the 500 gigabyte. It's only you buy this is only $899, then it's $1,200, and it's you at the Apple Care. It's only 300 more, but I get 3 years of care, and then by the end of it, you're paying $2,100. They are the master. They are absolute masters and simple. They will get your iPhone, freaking all of it. It's only $50 difference, and you were attracted to that $700 price, and you're out the door $1,400. Then they got you on some kind of payment plan or whatever, and the phone thing is upselling you, and it's all over. Yeah, you get into something, and that's Earl has a good point. Everyone is different in how much they are willing to accept as a return. And you look at it in different ways, like how much did I spend? How much did I get back? Or you can look at it in what did this cost me per person? I kind of run, that's a simpler term for me, is to just know what I was spending for people. So when I'm helping people put together campaigns, it's let's see how much is it costing to get these new people in the door. And they love new people. Wait, I just had to look at this text. Probably out there. Wait. Oh, never mind. I thought I got confused. No, they're mixed up their sound. Go save this. I hope that helps. It really is. It's the answer to it all. You'll very rarely, and if you're helping a friend out, this is the conversation that you really want to have. This is the conversation you really want to have, is figuring out what it costs. Oh, that's what you can spend to bring a new person in. You can't ever really flourish until you know that. No, I wish there's these formulas that I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a formula person. There's a couple formulas I use for things, but it's so, we're marketers, right? We're in the business of selling. Okay. Right. We're helping business owners spend. We want them to spend more, right? We want them to see success. If they spend more, we want them to spend more. So I try not to be too bogged down. Corporate levels have analytics software and stuff. It's sit down and figure out how much someone's worth and what you can do to make people worth more. Can we get people in that have never been in your business before? Can we lure them in and then get them to spend more? Can we get them in on something and put something in place that we can get them to spend more? And it gets the wheels turning, and without being too crunched down in all these figures and cash flow charts and all this stuff. If they can get a solid number, business owners are like, a lot of them are like me. We just need simple to start. As soon as you start talking analytics and looking at it, that's why I don't like SEO. I'm looking at just keep the conversion rates and all these figures and metrics. We just need to know, okay, how can I get them to spend more? I can get them to spend more. Okay, yeah, I'm willing to do this. Let's give away the house. What can we give away? Okay, I'll give this away. Oh my God, I'll give this away. We make the best fan, then we start targeting, and before you know it, you have this campaign that's incredible. And they're so pumped up because we got a good audience. We're spending money. They're giving away something great, and you send it out, and it works. It drives new customers to the door, which is the business owners love that. New faces, new customers, not the same people coming in with the freaking coupon, the same person coming in. They're new people, and they're seeing results from this, and it works. I'm not an analytic. I'm not a formula data. You'll be there forever talking to people and crunching the database. It's a hard question. It's a big question to answer. My throat is freaking dry. My first new car, but I appreciate it. It's just a lot to answer right at this second. I was reading my own thing. I was like, today is the answer you need for marketing. I was trying to figure out who wrote that, and it was my own banner. Last month, my first new car, they talked me in air conditioning, like $10 a month more, and I realized 10 more spring. Oh, car dealers will get you, man. They have that thing down to such a science. Costco free samples and hot dogs. Yeah, they had finally to raise the price, right? It used to be $1 or something. Sometimes you just and I'm sure the sales didn't dip. They probably came to the conclusion, look, we need to raise the prices, but we're not going to lose people. These are different times. We're going to raise it to $1.50. Yeah. I go to Costco, it's $1,000. I go to Costco, it's a $1,000 bill because I have so many kids. 7 and 1 on the way, 1 due in a couple weeks. I have 8 friggin' kids. Carrie says, what does it cost to add on our end per piece, perhaps when you print targeted list? Targeted list is gonna just about double. It's gonna just about double your cost. So if you're spending it's a little bit less. If you're spending say 35 cents per piece all in on EDDM, it's going to be 60 to 80 cents targeted. So it's significantly more, but if you're reaching, you sometimes have to reach 5-10 EDDMs to hit one target. So if you're getting 10 times the targeting for twice the cost, it's a no-brainer. I don't harp on that too much because I don't want to scare people away from doing EDDM, but the reality is targeted mailing is way more efficient and in the end, way cheaper, provided you are trying to reach a pretty targeted audience. If you're a pizzeria, like EDDM makes sense. If you're any kind of food, really, EDDM makes sense. Sometimes home care, or home services, but in the end, the ROI is higher with targeted mailing. It's just the pieces are smaller. It's a slower process. It's a more involved process. It's not as easy to do as EDDM. I think that you should. Good to see you, Bob. I think you should do both. I think both in many cases should be tested and tried and done. Great to see you, Bob. It's 2 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna be shutting this down in a second too. I really appreciate you taking the time. It means a lot to me. It's really good to see you. Give away to get political clients. You know what? It's in this political season, especially as it heats up. You don't really need to give away anything to get them. They are ready to go a lot. So and I have faith that you'll get. And you got that liquor store client. He should be doing a holiday mail coming up. A couple of them, right? Just reach out to these people. Just reach out to these people. If you tell them you're if you are a supporter, you're a supporter, you run a local printing, marketing business, whatever, and you're willing to, honestly, just say you're willing to give them things, near your cost, just to support. That's totally fine. Slutsky. Is that the guy's real name? That's all I can see on this thing. I don't like formulas. You know this. You can't. You're gonna go to a local contractor. You're gonna go to a freaking landscaper. I'm talking landscapers that run a solid operation, that are cutting 300 properties and stuff, and run some formula that they got to process. Like, it's just not. Formulas like that and stuff are for bigger businesses that probably already have that figured out. Okay. If you're able to process some complex formula, you probably already you're the type of business that already has this number figured out, and you probably just need more ways to spend money to get people. And that's a great situation. You're not really, you're not helping the business that's doing $15 million a year figure out their lifetime value. They know that. There's a reason they're at $15 million a year. These are the businesses that are completely broke to, the businesses that are making under $500,000 a year. Okay, it's the vast majority of all businesses. Vast majority are under $1 million a year, and those are the ones that don't know this. That's part of the reason they're at that bottom. Okay, there's things that they probably have to fix. There's also they have no clue how to really make marketing work, and this is a key element that they're missing. And lifetime values and all that stuff, it's something they got to figure out in their head. And even knowing that number doesn't mean they're willing to spend it, because sometimes they have to put more things into place to increase that cost. Maybe do less marketing for the existing customer, more to the new. Maybe adding upsells, changing their pricing things, maybe trying a different strategy that gives away something and then they can upsell something else. So it's changing these things around so that they can afford to bring a new customer in. Not so much just arriving at a number. It's building that number up. And all the formulas in the world aren't going to tell you how to bring that up. You have to figure that out. Like, I can tell you the lifetime value. Lifetime value is not that difficult to find out. How many times a person's coming in, how long are they coming in, how often, what's that? And then you figure out the profits and all that kind of stuff. But it's figuring out how much more you can spend, your tolerance, your ambition, your ability to spend even more. Target list for B2B, 100%. You don't want to do EDM, B2B. I'm going to go in a second because my throat is freaking killing me with talking so long. I'll be leveraged for niches during the fall. Yeah, do the community card type things. You can do 2,500, 5,000, 10,000 these. You can do 2 5,000 ones, 3 2,500 ones. Put these all over the place. Think of a customer that gets this in the mail. It's got nothing but freaking deals on it. It's got all these deals and coupons, easy templated ads. I call them community cards. You can do however many you want to send. You want to send these for $100. You want to sell these for $500. You want to sell 4 cards at $150 each an ad. You want one person to add, but it can get on 2 cards, 3 cards, 5 cards. Go out there and sell this. The fall season is perfect at home services, retail shops. The money is going crazy. Realtor, you're going to get a realtor. You're going to get a chiropractor. You're going to get a lawyer. You're going to get a car dealer. You're going to get a mattress person. So much money just sitting there. I don't do 9x12 is great for 9x12 cards, but I never suggest a 9x12 thing. 6.5 by 12 is really as big as I don't even get the 8.5 by 11. I wouldn't send an 8.5 by 11 myself. I feel it's just unnecessary as a solo mail piece. A lot of realtors will try it, as a newsletter type thing. I understand, I get it, but 6.5 by 12 is a big freaking size. It stands out, and it's got all the space you need. It's good mix of quality and visibility, or of cost and visibility. We got to do that for another day because it's my throat was killing me. Can I just send a postcard with QR code to a coupon directory? It's been explored. I'm not a big, my man, Tom Gaddis and Nick Pani, they're super, they do a similar thing like with the 9 by 12, and they added a directory thing. I've never really gotten into directories. I had a directory at one point. Oh my God, I'll tell you my directory story for anyone that's still listening. When I started my remodeling company, I don't know if I've ever talked about this before. I bought a directory plugin, WordPress plugin, and I bought 2 domains. One was like CNY, because I live in central New York, home improvement, and one was like Capital District home improvement. I bought 2 URLs, like directory. I think it was like CNY improvement directory or something. It was like, and then I literally just, I loaded, this is like 2009. I'm pretty sure it was 2009. And I spent days and days and days just Googling other window companies and siding companies and stuff and putting them in to this directory. And then like I would put my company in there as like the 5-star rating, overall 5-star rating. And then they put the other ones at like a 3 and ones at a 2. And it was like, it was just so many businesses and so many, I hand inputted them. There was no spreadsheet import scraper. I just hand did it. It took me forever. And I just bombed it with keywords, and I got a bunch of business. I did a lot of weird stuff like that. And like people would Google, my business at the time was a Precision Windows, and signing the deal windows near me. And up pops this directory that looked like it was the authoritative site. And you go on there and you see the 5-star. The 5-star one was me and stuff. And yeah, I just kind of hacked it. But I have such a distaste from that because it was so time consuming. And eventually I realized, like, who goes on these directories? Like, eventually over time, I'm like, directories just fell off my radar. So I'm not a directory person. I just feel like I could be totally wrong, because that's just me. I could be completely wrong. It might be a great thing. It's just me. I'm not a directory person. And I have such a nightmares from putting those directory. There was a plugin I spent so much money on. It was a lot of money at the time. It was probably like $100. It felt like $1 million to me at the time. Just because they're that's very cool. I have to check it out. Slutskis. 9 by 12 is it's a great. You can sell print at the same time. Offshoot solo mailers. Amazing. Retail client might spend something or half up, but customers buy other things. Yeah. Yes. They won't. Part of it's just a mentality thing. Some business owners can't get past that mentality of they can't. They can't get that mentality of they think they're losing money. Yeah. How long is your customer? Jim, how long is your when they come in here, they come back. Yeah, they come back. How long they come back for? Oh, 2 years. And you figure out a thing. You're like, would you buy a new customer for $30? You start somewhere. That's why I get along with small business girls, simpletons. I could print some, but I don't really keep them hanging around. I love them too. They're my favorite. They've been my favorite for like 4 years now. That's my jam. I should probably print some more, or just print some extras of my next campaign. Thank you, Troy. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I am going to call it a day in a second here. Yeah, Rob brings up a good point. Sometimes you just want to change things up, and I think that's good for realtors too. Like you get in the habit of sending a 6.5 by 9, and people get used to it, and then every few months you send a big boy. You send an 8.5 by 11. I don't think you should be sending 8.5 by 11s every single month just because they're effective. It's annoying. Like you get the same big giant freaking card. It's annoying. Okay. Yeah, you could be totally. So I'm you're when I talk about directories, I am talking completely out of my field. They're just I have blinders on. I stick a postcard market as my blinders. That's what I stick with. I hope you have a great day, everyone. I really do. Thank you. I appreciate that, Lloyd. I hope you all learned something. Again, no one knows this number. I guarantee no one knows it. You talk to a business, they don't know it. Grab a random business, they have no clue. But go talk to Dollar General. They know exactly. Go talk to Walmart. Exactly. Go talk to the big boys that are advertising. They know this number exactly. Why do they all know this number? And your everyday local business has zero clue, no clue what they could spend, and no desire to spend, zero desire. Like, I want to spend as little as possible. Just take away that. 99% of all local businesses, I would say 95 to be safe, want to spend as little as possible to buying a customer. As little. I want to spend as little as I can to get customers through the door. While every successful bigger business wants to spend as much as possible. It's that difference that will change your entire mind. You want to jump to the side that wants to spend as much as possible. I want to spend every freaking dime I can. Because if I'm making a profit, I can spend as much as I can. I am outspending everyone else. I'm buying every customer possible, and I am outspending every competitor. They are so aggravated at me and irritated that how is this guy doing it? Why is this guy? I can't compete. I can't open up this shop against this person. He's giving away this. I can't operate against that. And you're just laughing all the way to the bank. And okay. You guys have a great day, a great week. I'm going to see you next week.